Hey y'all, it's Joke here. Honestly, I didn't expect to like this anime as much as I do. The characterization, pacing, animation, and more makes the Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife absolutely wonderful. I got 4 episodes to cover, so let's get into it. Kicking things off with episode 2, I love how we immediately start off with a date. Having a date at a tea blending spot is certainly intriguing, and I've seen something similar in manga, but as far as anime goes, this is quite the unique date spot. It's really sweet of Toname to have checked this place out before, as stated by the Dark Elf. The Dark Elf's personality is usually one that I tend to dislike, but so far I'm okay with them. We get to see more of this husband and wife pairing, so I'll speak more about them later on. Also, I love how Toname acted after getting exposed, and Yako's personality leads to good communication by the two. Something I always enjoy is whenever characters go shopping and try on different outfits. In this case, Yako looks wonderful in all her outfits, and she actually ends up buying the one I like the most. We also see a little bit more of her blind lifestyle, such as an app describing her clothes. Also, Jarashi is such a sweetie, and I love that Yako and her can banter. Kikira showing some of his tsundere side is pretty funny. Tonome's teasing was nice as well. As for the whole elf situation, I low-key had a feeling it would be an elf family thing. When I saw that they were associated with the pharmacy, I changed my mind to them wanting to steal the elf's tea leaves or something. Turns out it was Light's family, but why did her dad pull up all creepy? I love the father and karma dynamic, and I wish I knew Japanese so I could understand what they were saying in the background. Probably talking mad shit. When Kikira says he has a partner, I assume he's gay, which we will learn is true. It's such a small thing, but I love how after declining Yako's invite, Toname follows it up with saying that he would like to next time. No misunderstandings from a lack of communication. Now we get into the date, and Yako looks wonderful in her new outfit. It's very clever that the host of the dark dinner restaurant is an owl. Yako is being cute, but after hearing Toname's breathing, I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? I love how Yako picked up on it, and how Toname didn't put up a fight when she suggested leaving. I dislike when anime characters put up resistance in obvious situations and come off looking lame as hell, but Toname has that adult maturity. Also, Yako getting their food to go was clutch. Toname is smooth with his invitation to his home, and Yako's nervousness is super adorable. I liked how they handled his reason for being afraid of the dark, and fuck those kids and the parents. Also, upon rewatch, Toname's clothes as a kid really resemble Yako's normal everyday work clothes. Seeing him cry made me a little sad. I love how he's able to talk about it without sounding pitiful and like, oh, woe is me. That one frame of Yako is extremely beautiful. I don't know why that is, but it just looks fantastic. I'm so glad he's straightforward and the trial dating period is over. Obviously their flirting makes me feel all giddy inside. Now on to episode 3. The thoughts that Yako is having is so precious, and it's good to see that she is honest with what she wants. Too many romance animes got characters not knowing their own feelings, so this is a breath of fresh air. Now the animation for Yako going into work mode is spectacular. Check this out.
浮ついた心の封印をここに宣言します。ヤコさん。Hey, なんでしょ社長?
It caught me off guard with how good it is, and the voice acting is so endearing. Of course, Toname decides to be flirty in the workplace, and I am oh so happy. They both have the same intent, and we now have Toname over for tea. The embarrassing moment being treated as just that and not over the top was a pleasant surprise. I love the way the scene looks. Something about the colors is just really easy on the eyes. All this flirting and lovey-dovey moments genuinely have me clutching my heart and leave me with a goofy-ass grin on my face. Also, I see you, Toname, copying Lloyd's look. It's a nice suit though, so I can't blame him. He's also a little mischievous with that hand-holding at work. We get introduced to a lawyer, Madaraito, and again with the animation. Why does a finger snap get to look so clean? I deadass was not expecting him to be Kikira's partner. I like seeing their home life. Really, any character's home life is interesting to me. It's so refreshing to see characters getting sick naturally and not because they get caught in the rain. It's also nice to see the person who is sick asking to be pampered and not collapsing over every little movement. Also, why they got Toname all caked up. When the mom came in, he got a chuckle out of me. This anime continues to impress by how they handle Yako's feelings to their client, who is an invisible woman. Instead of going down the jealousy route, which she is a little self-conscious at first, she's super understanding of how personal Toname feels about this case since they're the same species. That being said, that frog came to the dumbest accusation possible. Absolute bozo, level 1 criminal. Yako is so caring and the animation is endearing. It's the subtle things in this anime that I find funny. I love the pace at which the romance is developing. It's perfect. We get Kikira and Madaraito's backstory, and it's really sweet. Kikira's expression on the bus was top notch. Episode 5 continues to show just how precious Yako is. She's pretty much a cinnamon roll. Drunk Yako is uber cute, especially when she's walking around the table. Toname being reassuring is so nice to see. A real gentleman. It may sound weird, but I'm impressed with how they do wet clothes. Genuinely looks like they got drenched in the rain. Considering they are getting lovey-dovey at work, I'm not surprised that they got interrupted. I always love when it's time to meet the parents, but this time I was blindsided. Usually there's a build-up, but the nature of this anime makes it fine. Yako's mom being worried/curious about her daily work life is nice to see. She's mostly proud though. Their next date being at a rose garden is so mature and classy. I can't stress enough how much I love that Yako swung on Karma. Glad to see she's prepared to throw hands. Out of all the characters, Karma is definitely my least favorite. His personality is generally one that I dislike, but there's the little things about him that I do enjoy. For example, him cooking breakfast for Taname and how seriously he takes helping out. The nature of his curses makes me understand him a bit more. Some more flirting at the office has me absolutely gushing with joy. Now for episode 6. They are trying on their disguises and Kikura fits his extremely well. Madaraido getting a little too into it. Throughout this video, I haven't really spoken about Jarashi. She's cool, but I didn't really have anything to say about her. However, this episode goes in depth about her insecurities, specifically around her patterns. Starting off with the maid cafe scene, her different hairstyle and maid outfit really changed her vibe. Honestly, I do think it's the hairstyle that I like so much. We learned so much from Yako and Jarashi's conversation, and her ancestors look clean as fuck. I didn't know what type of animal she represented, but now I know she's from the American Bobcat line. When she goes back to the store to try on the dress from earlier, I understand what she means. Personally, I think she looks cute, but in a goofy looking way. The dress looks off on her, and she reminds me of the wolf in Grandma's clothes from Red Riding Hood. Deadass looks like a grandma.
Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka. Yeah, I think about it every time I hit the hookah. Kaboom.
The lizard/reptile clerk makes a simple color and belt change, and Jarashi looks wonderful. Turns out it's about styling and matching to what you look like that makes a big difference. She looks so good. Jarashi goes back to the store and a bunny clerk with clear skin fur helps her out. And oh my god, she put Jarashi in one of the ugliest fits I've ever seen. Talking about some, oh, this Balenciaga, like no, this shit's ass. Thankfully, Jarashi asked for the reptile clerk. My boy comes through and is able to put her in a much better outfit. She looks elegant and beautiful. His name is Mizunami Ako, and I really hope we see more of him and Jarashi. Not even on a romance type beat, even just as friends would be good, cause I think they got good chemistry. Now onto my least favorite character, Karma. The second half is pretty much about Karma and Light. So Light's dad gets injured and she goes home for 5 months. I'm like, is she pregnant? Which she confirms to be in the next scene. I understand her reasoning, but I'm not convinced that keeping it quiet is a good decision. However, my worries are unwarranted as the creator is quite skilled at writing, as we see in Light and Karma's heart-to-heart. I love that the reason is her fear of him leaving rather than him blaming himself if something were to happen. It's so much deeper this way. Karma's response is incredible, and I love the detail of him saying, and yeah, I did try to run away. It adds some character depth. His declaration and even how he found out about her pregnancy was top notch. His confidence in waiting to hear her other secret speaks volumes. Karma's likability shot up a lot with this episode. I don't have much to say, so here's a quick montage of Yako and Toname this episode. This anime is so heartwarming, the characters are incredible as well as their chemistry. Of course, the art style and animation are quality. I'm looking forward to the next episode, and I'll see y'all next time.